So this is uh, second lecture on the poem On His Blindness by John Milton. In the last lecture, we read the introduction of John Milton, and we came to know that John Milton is a very famous poet and very important poet in English literature, and he actually involved in the politics of that time in England, in United Kingdom. And the second thing we came to know that he is a religious poet as well. He fully believes in God, in Christianity, and he composed two epic poems, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, based on Bible. And in this poem, he has used the parable of talent, as parable of talent he has used in this poem, as we uh, come across the word talent, which he has used in the first stanza of the poem. As far as form is concerned, the poem is a sonnet, and the poem begins with a complaint to God, and then uh, John Milton John Milton, concludes that whatever his fate is, he should serve God. And at last, he concludes that they also serve who only stand and wait. This is the last line of the poem. Let's read the first line. The poet says, "When I consider how my light is spent, when I consider," here I stands for the poet. The poet himself is speaking here in the poem. John Milton himself is speaking here. Therefore, he says, I consider. Consider means I think. I think when he thinks about how his light is spent. His light means his eyesight. So the words consider means he think now about how he became blind. He became blind, we came to know when we were reading the biography of John Milton. When I consider how my light is spent, means when he think over how he became blind, why he became blind, then half my days in this dark world and wide. So half of the life he he has now reached middle age, and half of the life is spent. Up to his half life, he was with eyesight, but now he has lost his eyes, and the remaining half life he has to spend as a blind man. And then he says, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless. He says, God has given him talent, no doubt, but as he has become blind, he is unable to use his talent. And he says, it is unnecessarily the talent is given to him because he is unable to use his talent properly. As John Milton, he knows many languages. He tried to read literature from many other languages, and he day and night struggled to contribute to literature as well as to the society and politics of that age. Then also he says that he is not capable of using his talent properly, and unnecessary his talent is with him. And now moreover he has become a blind person Therefore, he says, though my soul more bent to serve therewith my Maker, my soul, he has lost his eyes and he is unable to use his talent properly, his intelligence, his creativity properly, as he could not produce very good poems, excellent poems. He is unable to use his talent creatively. And he says, but his soul, he wants to serve God. Maker, Yam is capital here. So Maker stands for God. He says he wants to serve God. He wants to be at the service of God. But as he has lost his eyesight, and as he is unable to, not capable of using his talent, so he thinks that it is unnecessarily talent is given to him, and his soul from his heart he wants to serve God, but he could not. And my true account least he returning child doth God exactly day labor light denied, doth God exact day labor light denied. So he says here, he complains directly God and says that he, you know, day and night work to serve God. Day and night he's thinking of serving to God. But then also light has denied to him. Light means eyesight has denied to him and he became blind, even though he is a very honest servant of God, very honestly working, very honestly leading his life, and thinking of serving to God day and night, but then also he has become blind, and then also light is denied to him. So he is unhappy with the decision of God that which made him blind. So he says he is unhappy and complains against God. Then I fondly asks, the poet says, I fondly asks, he says that he understood that this type of complaint is not fair. It is not fair to ask God like this. Then he says, patience, but patience to prevent that murmur soon replies. But one should be very patient. That he understood. One should be very humble. That he understood. And he gets reply from God through his consciousness. He gets reply to his complaint from God through his consciousness. God says, though God, sorry, through his consciousness he gets reply, and he understands that God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. So the poet himself, when he regains patience, when he becomes calm and quiet, he understands that God is the creator of the whole universe. Thousands, lakhs, innumerable people are there in the world. It is mentioned in the holy books that God governs the whole universe. So God doesn't need anyone's service. God is just looking, observing people, how they react to the situations in their life. Therefore, the poet, after gaining patience, says, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild yoke? They serve him the best. So then the poet says, those people in the view of God are good, very pious, who suffer, who bear their problems, the problems in their life for which they are not responsible, who bear it with patience, who lead their life with patience and do their duty without complaint. Such people are good people from the view of God. So God doesn't need anyone's service because God is the creator of the whole universe, the administrator of the whole universe. He is capable of doing everything. He doesn't need anyone's service. And it depends on the man, that man should prove himself that he is very honest follower of God, that he is very honest person. How he can show his honesty to God? He can show honesty to God by leading his life without complaint and suffering in his life the problems which are there in his life for which he is not at all responsible, and trying to come out of it. That person is good person from the point of view of God. This is what the poet himself says. He state, his state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed. His state is kingly, his affair is kingly. Kingly in the sense the administration of God is like a his the administration, God administers the whole universe. He is he is capable of changing, doing everything. But this world is examination for the human being. Therefore, if a human being wants to get success, how he can get success? He can get success by enduring all the problems of his life, by enduring the sufferings in the human life, by very humbly leading life and trying to come out of the very, very difficult situations, and leading life with patience by thanking God at every step. That kind of person is successful person from religious point of view as well as from the point of view of John Milton. His state is kingly, thousands at bidding speed, and post over land and ocean without rest, and post over land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. They also serve only who stand and wait. Those people who work very hard to come out of difficult situation, no doubt those people are working, they are very good. But those people who just wait and think of the order of God, what will be the order of the God, and as per the orders of the God, they want to lead life. They just stand and wait. Such people are also very honest, very good people. Therefore, John Milton says that one should not complain against God, and whatever life is given to him, he should lead it with patience. So, this is here the poem ends. The last line, they also serve who only stand and wait, is very important line. You think over it. As you go on thinking over it, you will understand the meaning of the last line. So, this was the uh, summary line by line meaning of the poem on his blindness. I stop here.